Hello and welcome to Tottenham America, where we will be rating every player's performances so far this season for Tottenham Hotspur. So we've got 6 different rankings. We've got elite, solid, good, average, poor, and horrible. And we've got all the players that have made an appearance except for Harvey White, Jack Clark, Dane Scarlett, and Alfie Devine because they played like 20 minutes each.
Yes.
So we're going to start with Carlos Vinicius.
Vinicius, we're going to put him in good because he has scored 6 goals so far this season. He has a hat-trick against Marine, and he's been a good backup striker.
Yes, definitely. He's been very good. But there have been some instances where he hasn't taken his chances, and he could have scored more.
Yeah, he definitely could have scored more.
But he's been an incredible...
Yeah, I would say he hasn't played enough games to be solid yet.
Yeah, if he plays a couple more games, then I think... He also needs more game time, just like Jose needs to give him more game time in the Premier League because...
Yeah.
Especially when we played Wolves or Stoke City. Vinny should have played against Stoke City, yeah. All right, next up we've got Ben Davies, who is also going to go into the good category because Ben had a bit of a slower start to the season, and then Reguilon came in, so Ben's spot kind of got stolen from him, but Davies has done really well since around the winter holidays area, especially starting off with that incredible strike against Stoke. That was like absolute thunderbolt. But he's been really good since then. I think the arrival of Reguilon has really empowered him to do better.
Yeah.
Especially attacking-wise.
Yes. It's like he's taking notes from Reguilon.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I've noticed is that he plays really well in a back five when he plays like left center back.
Left center back.
And then Reguilon will play on a wing back.
Yeah.
And then I've seen that they pair up beautifully.
Yes, definitely.
When I see them both defending, well, nothing can get past them.
Yeah,
when they're both defending back there.
All right, next up is the magician.
And Dombele, elite. He has been amazing this season. You can't say anything about him. He's just too good. He's such a baller.
Yeah, he is the thing that makes our team tick.
Yes, if he's not there, our team won't tick.
Yes, absolutely. And we can see that every time we concede in the second half. Usually, Tanguy isn't there on the pitch. He's been substituted. So he's vital to not only the attacking part, but also the defensive part of our the way that our team plays.
Yes, he's been amazing. He has scored 3 Premier League goals, one against Wolves, that brilliantly executed goal versus Sheffield, and also that goal against Manchester United. Yes, the Sheffield United.
All right, next up, numero 27, Lucas Moura. He's going to go into the poor category because he just hasn't performed up to standard. He scored a couple of goals in the Europa League and 1 in the Premier League, but for the amount of starts and game time he's had, he should have a lot more. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of the time, especially while he's playing, he just loses possession a lot. And I don't know, it just hasn't worked out for him this season.
It feels like we might want to sell him, but I think
But he's a very good impact player.
Yes, he's very good off the bench.
Yes.
Hopefully we can keep him. I want to see him again at Tottenham.
Yes.
After he's such a big player for Tottenham after turning around the Ajax game.
Yeah.
So I hope we can keep him. We probably have to see more of him to see.
But I have a feeling soon in the next 2 years he'll move on.
Yes, soon in the next 2 years, definitely.
Because I don't think he's good enough.
Yes.
All right.
Moving on next, we have Japhet Tanganga. Japhet is going to go into average.
I think he hasn't had enough game time. He played Chelsea, Marine, and he might have gotten a couple minutes in Europa League. Yeah, I think he got a game or 2.
He started Lask and Antwerp.
He didn't do too well against Chelsea. He made lots of mistakes, but he did just come back from a fracture in the back, so that was more of just like an adjustment game.
I would say he was pretty good during Antwerp.
Yes.
Lask, he didn't... Against Lask, I would say that was just a little below average performance.
And then Marine, he didn't have anything to do.
Yeah.
So he's average. He hasn't shown anything incredible. He hasn't played on the wing-back position yet. It's possible that he play in the wing-back position on this upcoming Monday against Wycombe Wanderers because both Aurier and Doherty are injured.
Yes.
So, yeah. All right, next up, Serge Aurier. Serge is going to go into solid. He has been who debatably the first or second best right back in the Premier League.
I would say season. First. There's no one else to compete with him. Trent has had a bad season.
Yes, but I think, yeah, that's true. But I think he would be an elite if he didn't have so many brain farts, especially against Leicester. That was a big one that really cost us the big 3 points. But other than that, he's been incredible on the right side.
Yes, we saw against Liverpool.
Yeah.
He was so tired at the end, but just kept going.
Shut down Mane, and then Mane switched to the other flank, and then he shut down Salah when he switched to Serge Aurier's flank.
Yes, and then he also got 2 Premier League goals this season. He got a header against Sheffield United and a goal against Manchester United in the 6-1 victory. So it's been a very good,
kind of insane,
very
bright
season.
Start to the season.
Next up, we have Steven Bergwijn. Steven Bergwijn is going into good. He had a little slow start to the season, but now
he's been excellent on the defensive side.
He's been so good defensively.
He'd go into solid if once he adds goals and assists to his game, he'll go into solid or elite depending.
He already has some assists, but I would say
once he
has
adds
some goals. Yes,
definitely
he will go in solid, but I think it was such a good. He's in the future. He's the one that's gonna pair up with Son and Kane.
Yes. That's our front 3 for big games.
Yes.
That has to be settled.
You saw, I think there's only been one time where he was playing, and those classic 1-1 draws that we had.
Where we conceded late.
Yeah.
I think once or twice.
He only played in one of those.
Yeah, once or twice, which is very good.
And you could see how good he defends on that side.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on to Dele Alli, who has to go in poor. He just hasn't done it this season. After last season, the expectations were very high. He was the one at the center of the turnaround when Jose Mourinho came in November of 2019, and he performed amazing. But as soon as this new season came, his performances haven't been there. He's not getting goals or assists. He's looking very slow and sloppy.
I think it's the facial hair.
Yeah, it's the facial hair. He has to get rid of it. He just has got
maybe that injury that he had during the restart might have affected him.
I don't know. Maybe.
But it was a poor performance so far this season from Dele. We expected more from him.
Yes.
Moving on, we have Gio Lo Celso. And he is going to go into good. He has been very good when he has to fill in for Ndombele.
Yes, he's been very good. He's very unfortunate to get this injury over the Christmas period because I think we could have used him seriously. And that's what we were missing when we drew to Wolves. When we drew to Wolves, when we
could have brought him on a sub. He could make such a difference.
Yes, drew to Fulham because we need that work rate and that aggression. Obviously, we had Lamela there, but he just loses the ball after every dribble, so...
Yeah, he's very selfish.
At least Gio can actually run with the ball.
I think Lamela is too selfish.
Yeah. But I think Ndombele is also starting to fit into what Gio Lo Celso does.
Yeah.
Because Lo Celso always, when it's a counterattack, he just charges forward. And from the Wolves game on, we've seen Ndombele do that same thing. Charge forward.
They're learning from each other.
Yeah.
But as you can see, against Leicester, they're not that good when they're
together,
on the pitch at a time.
Too much creativity.
Too much.
No one knows what to do.
No one knows.
So I think it's good to just rotate the two of them.
Yes, that's what I agree.
All right, next up, Musa Sissoko, the GOAT. He's going into good as well. He had a very slow start to the season, just like Stevie, but he has definitely grown into his role. And
after that Brentford game, he turned his whole season around.
Yes, but even before that, against top teams, when he plays in that midfielder role alongside Højbjerg, him and Højbjerg are a force.
I know.
He was incredible against Man City. He was very good against Arsenal, and he's been very good in every match against the Big Six club.
Yes, definitely. He's doing what he does all the time. Like we saw last season and the season before, he just carries the ball through midfield and also very solid defensively. Eric Dyer now, he is going to go into average. I think he had a pretty good start to the season.
Yep.
It was a very good start to the season. He was really solid against Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City. After those big games, like against Wolves, like against...
He's just lost every header.
He just lost every header, and I don't think...
he knows how to head a ball anymore.
Yeah.
He's just... Every time we let in a goal like that, it's always Eric Dyer somewhere around the ball. Yeah. I don't know if it's just unlucky or if it does have something to do with him not jumping and getting off the ground enough, but I don't think he's a great defender, but he's not good in the air.
Not good in the air, definitely. He's even like 6'2".
Yeah, he is. All right, next up, the Magic Man, Joey Rodon. He is going to go into good. Joe Rodon literally barely played the first half of the season so far.
Yeah.
Because he was out of the Europa League, because he wasn't registered, and we were playing a lot of top opposition for Premier League, so he wasn't going to get a chance. But he played against Man City for a bit, he played against Arsenal, and he was incredible those games.
Especially Sheffield.
And then I think Chelsea was where he really made his mark.
Yes, Chelsea. But if he got more, if he was in for the Europa League and he made some good performances, I would probably put him in solid.
Yeah, I think it's just on the basis of not enough game time.
Yes.
But from what we can tell,
Sheffield,
he's been very good.
Superb.
Yes.
He's winning the ball back so many times. He has lots of pace, and
yes, that's the best part.
He's very good in the air.
He's tall, he's physical, and he's got pace. That's everything you want in a defender.
Definitely.
All right, next up, Joe Hart.
Joe Hart is going to go into average. He's had an okay season. Not much about at the expectation level. Maybe a little bit below.
Yeah.
Because he made some mistakes. He made a mistake at last.
Yeah, but I think when he first came in, we all thought he was kind of like a washed goalie.
Yeah.
He was not
he's
gonna...
more for the experience. He's more for like off the pitch.
But he's made some good saves.
Yes, definitely.
There's no denying that. Against Maccabi Haifa, first half, we would have gone 2-1 down if it weren't for him.
Yes.
So he was...
See, like against those teams who just take a long shot,
yes,
he would be
he's
very good.
very helpful, yeah.
But like if you see other teams that like Premier League teams who just who, like
I don't
work
think he's
their way
good,
around and then they don't take long shots, like Joe Hart could probably spill one and then get on rebound. Lloris is very good at not spilling shots.
All right.
Next up is Eric Lamela, and Eric Lamela is going to go into average. His season hasn't been the best, but he had a
He was very good at the start of the season.
Yes.
It was very good.
And then he just after that injury, he dipped.
Yeah, and then when he came on against Wolves, he didn't make a single difference.
Yes.
He did nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. I don't know. He's just had such a wacky season. It's like this every year. It's the same story. So I think he needs to go in the summer, definitely. I don't think we can keep him. I'd rather like bring in like Sabitzer or Leon Bailey from Leverkusen, because those would be good choices. But he just hasn't done incredibly this season. He's been average. All right, next up, Harry Edward Kane. MBE is going to go into horrible. I just feel like he hasn't done enough. He hasn't scored enough goals. He hasn't assisted. I'm joking. Elite. There's no debate. He's the best player in the world right now. What can you say?
He is the GOAT. He literally, he's walking in the sun next to you. You see his shadow. It's literally a GOAT.
Yes,
he is a GOAT.
Yes, he's been insane this season. There's no one close to him. Don't say anything about Lewandowski.
You see him racking in so many assists, but then you think about, what about his goal scoring? He's still banging in the goal.
And he's still defending. He's made like 4 goal line clearances this season. He is
definitely the best all-around striker in the world.
Yes, right now. And possibly of all time.
Maybe. Possibly, yes.
All right, next up is Gareth Bale. We're going to put Gareth Bale into poor. Only because I think when he came, we all thought that he would be that one that we saw in Madrid 3 years ago, the one that was at Spurs. He hasn't exactly lived up to those expectations, but you can make an argument for him to go to average because he's scored goals and he's definitely getting better. But the injury definitely affected him.
I would say if he didn't get that injury, I would say he's really close to getting average.
Yes, he's on the verge of average.
Yes,
he's much higher than
just
Dele
below
and Lucas.
average. Yeah. Just below.
And I think by the end of the season he'll come good for us.
Yes,
you can see an improvement. There's been a clear improvement since his first appearance against Brighton and West Ham.
There's been a clear improvement since his Real Madrid in 2020.
Yes, last season, yeah, definitely. All right, next up, Harry Winks.
Harry Winks will go into good. He had a little slow start to the season.
A little bit,
but then I would say after that Stoke City game, he definitely upped his game.
Yes, definitely. And ever since that Stoke City game, he's been incredible. He scored that long-range banger against Ludogorets, and I think if we don't go with the 3 at the back formation against lesser teams like Burnley, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace, Leeds, Fulham, if we don't go with the back 3, then I think Winks has to be starting because he's very good.
Yes, definitely.
He's definitely regained a lot of confidence.
Yes.
All right. Heung-min Son is next.
Moving on to Heung-min Son. He's just not that consistent. No, I'm just kidding. He's an elite. This guy is too good. He's too
possibly
good.
the 2nd or 3rd best player in the world right now, behind Kane.
Yes,
and
definitely.
He's got 12 goals in the PL.
His partnership is so good. 12 goals in the PL.
8 assists, and I think they've combined for I
think 8 assists in all comps though.
No, 8 assists in the PL.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I believe. Don't quote me on that, but. And Harry Kane and Heung-min Son have combined 13 times in the Premier League.
Wow.
That's kind of insane. Yeah, that's just wild.
It's just wild. That goal against Arsenal was just so good.
No words.
No, I can't say anything about it.
All right. Next up, the Colombian Davinson Sanchez. Now, Sanchez we are going to put into poor. Because
I think after that West Ham game, he's not. I don't see him in our team.
No, he hasn't. I don't know. After that West Ham game, like Winks had a stinker at that West Ham game, but he regained it. He got form back.
Sanchez hasn't regained it.
No, he's made mistakes.
I would say you kind of regained a little bit of trust.
A little bit, but then he went back
Antwerp,
down.
But I wouldn't say he went back down, but.
He's hovering low.
He's hovering low, yeah.
All right, next up, the Viking.
Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Elite. There's nothing...
Midfield general.
Yeah, there's nothing to say. He's just doing his job out there every game. He hasn't had a bad performance.
Except for Everton. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much. Except he was still solid defensively against Everton. It was just giving away silly fouls.
Yes. He's just been insane ever since. And there's no question about it. He's improved our team so much.
He fits into our system so much.
So well. All right, next up, Toby Alderweireld, the Belgian, is going to go into solid. Toby has had a very good season.
A very, very good season.
Yeah. He's been incredible at the back. And after last season, we all thought that he would, decline in form. He's 31 or 32 years of age.
I think he's 30.
He's getting 31. He's getting slower, so we didn't expect that he'd be
I think he still has more time at Spurs, though, like 2 years.
I think until 33, 34. Yeah. I think Vertonghen was 34 when he left.
He was, about 34.
Or 33? 33? Yeah.
I think it was 33.
But Toby's been incredible this season.
He has been so good
solid
against
at the
Man
back.
City, not Chelsea. Man City and Arsenal.
Yes.
He was so good. He was just there whenever he...
Even Liverpool, he was good.
Liverpool.
Just the first goal was a bit unlucky, and the second goal, he couldn't do anything about it because Dyer was on the ground, and so he was 2-1. 2 Liverpool players to 1 Tottenham. So, but he's been really good other than that. And Sergio Reguilon.
Next up, Sergio Reguilon, solid. He has been amazing this season. Ever since we brought him in, he's rolled to get up the pitch, and he just
He did look a bit shaky at the beginning.
At that Chelsea game, but then...
Yeah, but after that, he just shot up. Man United, he was insane.
West Ham, he was insane.
West Ham, he was very good. He had nothing to do with the defensive.
I think he might have got subbed off. I'm not sure.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't?
But he had nothing to do with the defensive blitz.
Yeah.
Those were all on the center backs, Dyer and Sanchez.
Dyer.
Yeah. All right, next up, Matt Doherty. We are going to put Doherty in average. He has had a rough start to life at Spurs.
He's gotten very unlucky.
Yeah, gotten very unlucky. He has conceded 2 very very odd handball penalties, which I don't completely agree with.
I don't agree with both of them.
No.
I would say maybe the Maccabi Haifa one, maybe, but the Southampton one.
He just had his hand to cover him.
Yeah. He was just like holding the opponent.
But I think Southampton. Oh, Southampton. No, Southampton was before they revamped the rules for Newcastle. After Tottenham Newcastle. Yeah. So I think that is a right call.
Yeah.
But still, it's very unlucky to get that.
I think the Maccabi Haifa one shouldn't be.
But I think he's getting a lot better defensively.
After I think Everton, he was able to play high up the pitch.
Yeah.
He did a lot.
He nearly scored.
He nearly scored, yes, definitely.
That was a very good save from Pickford.
It was really good. He had a really good performance against Marine.
Yeah.
He had a good performance against Wolves.
Mm-hmm. Leeds,
he had a good performance.
He was very unlucky to get the red card.
It was like a soft...
but it's also Lucas Moura's fault, because that touch...
You can't really... It's not like a real red card. Like you can say it's a yellow. It's 2 yellows.
Yeah.
But like it's soft yellows. Like that last one, it was a soft yellow.
Yeah. But... Other than that, I think he'll come good for us eventually.
Yes. Give it time. I think at the end of the season he'll definitely fit in.
If we give Tanguy a whole season, we can give Doherty at least half a season. And he's getting better. We can see his attacking intent.
And if we give him away, what will happen to Serge Aurier?
Yeah, he's gonna start.
We have to. There's no way we're gonna give him away. But I think he's been pretty good this season.
All right, last but not least. Captain Hugo Lloris.
Gonna go in solid. He's too good.
But he's at the top edge of solid. He's verging onto elite.
Yeah, verging onto elite. Maybe at the end of the season, if he continues this form, he'll be an elite.
Yes. He's been insane. He's an incredible captain. He leads the team very well, and he's a good shot stopper.
Yes.
And, what else do you say about
There
it?
are lots of goalies that you can't trust when it's on rebound.
Yeah, but Hugo's one that you can trust.
Yeah, I think there was one shot a couple of years ago, maybe like 2 years ago, I think. It was in the 2018-19 season, where I think it was, I forgot what game it was, but he was, the ball was coming at him, it was a really hard shot, and the other player nearly got out on rebound, but he flicked it away with
the foot. Yep. I think that was 2018-19.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
Or maybe the season before that, I'm not sure.
Yeah. But he's been very good.
Very good.
So that's our final rankings. Let us know what you think about it. Who would you change around? Who would you move? And why? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. We are 27 subscribers away from 100. So let's get on that as quickly as possible. We want to reach 100 as soon as possible. And we're very close. But until next time,
come on, you Spurs!